Waterworks Quilting. I do long arm quilting along the banks of the Wisconsin River. Today I'm going to show you how to get ready for the next customer's quilt. We're going to cover threading the machine, cleaning the machine, and oiling the machine. We'll start with threading. This is my Gammill Premier Plus. If you have a different Gammill, it's going to be slightly different, but a lot of this will be the same. The Premier Plus has the 18-inch throat. So you start here with your cone thread. My first thread guide is vertical, go straight up, then a horizontal one, and then this little pin, very small hole, kind of hard to get through. And you go here to your intermittent tension, through the thread guide first, then between the discs. Your intermittent tension is where you would adjust the tension as you're quilting. Here's the thread break sensor around that, then through the next thread guide. This has 3 holes. You can use as many or as few as you need to. I typically go up through the first hole, down through the 3rd hole. Then you go around this thread guide before you get to your rotary tension. Twice around the rotary tension. Gammill recommends going twice around. And then pull the little check spring back, just enough to get the thread around it, and then around your lucky 7. At this point, go back through this thread guide, up through the hole on your take-up lever. Another thread guide there, follow it down. Another thread guide, and then that's where I stop. The next part I'm going to do is to clean and oil the machine before I complete threading it. To clean the machine, the main tool I use is a cheap paintbrush like this. I usually get them at Walmart. Sometimes I also use a Q-tip to get in there. Main thing you do is with the paintbrush, vigorously brush in there, get all the dust, lint from your thread out. And you reach down in the bobbin. A lot of lint gets in there. Between quilts, you've got to get that cleaned out. Then I turn the hand wheel to get the needle to go up and down, and sometimes there's more lint that's kind of caught in there, and that's got to come out too. If I need to, I can get in there with a Q-tip like so to get every bit of lint out. You can also use the paintbrush to clean the tracks, things like that as well. Any part of the machine can be cleaned with that. A soft brush won't damage any part of it. Then the next part is oiling. The first thing I do is oil the bobbin. So with your oiler that came with your machine, you extend this tube, put it in there, 2 or 3 drops, and then you turn the hand wheel to get the oil around all the parts of the bobbin case. To continue oiling the machine, you've got to come around to the other side. First thing I do is oil the wicks on the top. You want to look at them and see if they look particularly dry. Then you would add more than 1 drop. As it is, a drop, maybe 2 at the most, between quilts is all that's needed. On this side of the machine, you can see where the sticker says oil. Right in that bearing, you just use this tube to press the bearing in just a little bit. And put a drop or 2 of oil. It'll drip down, but in a moment we'll get a soft cloth to clean that off. Then your onboard bobbin winder. There's a little fitting, just a drop of oil. That only has to be once every month or so. You don't need to oil that between every quilt. Then toward the back of the machine, there's another fitting here, the gold one. You just lift that up, and 3 or 4 drops is all that's needed there. The last place is just behind the needle. There's 2 more bearings. Same thing, you use the tube of your oiler to press that bearing in, and 1 or 2 drops. When you're all done oiling, then you get a soft cloth to clean off any excess oil. Before I would start quilting on a quilt, I would take a practice piece of fabric with batting and do some test stitching just to be sure there was no excess oil in the bobbin case or on the needle. Those are the things you need to do as maintenance between your customers' quilts. It only takes a few minutes to do all of those things, but it's important to keep the machine oiled and cleaned. Thank you for watching my video. Tune in again when I talk more about how to run your long arm business. Good night.